Welcome to the shit show.
Show indeed. We started early, though we were also having technical difficulties, so we managed to do both of those things. You were having microphone problems, stream didn't want to connect. If you're watching live, tell me if you can see and hear us, for fuck's sake. Who knows? Tom, but that's not, we're here to talk wrestling. I can hear you, you can hear me. So ultimately that's what matters, right? I don't.
Well, you want to hear a fun fact is I have the audio. There you go. I have the audio of the YouTube video streaming, and I can hear both of us. I was a little loud, so I need to move the microphone just a touch away from my face because I'm probably going to get loud tonight. There we go. How about that? And so, yeah, there you go. Right there. Ooh.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
How about this?
Settle into it. Yeah, you sound great, Tom. Yeah, you sound wonderful. Yep.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. How are you? What's new?
Yeah, fine. Living and working.
Well, you're a renowned public speaker.
I am. I did. I dusted off the public speaking skills and went and spoke at the Veterans for Peace National Convention. A little concert at the end. Went up and spoke on KCDSA and how ICE and other federal agencies suck. And those sorts of things. Yeah.
By the way, can I make a quick comment about the "fuck ICE" chant?
Yeah.
We can do that all the time. Yeah, we don't have to just do it when Brody King comes out. Because I'm gonna bet Darby Allin, again, I know he doesn't make political comments, but I bet you he probably agrees.
Hangman
I bet you
agrees.
Yeah, I know Hangman. Yeah, definitely. Actually, and again, it does take courage to wear an Abolish ICE t-shirt because of current circumstances. But really, the one who said call to action was Hangman when they were running those ICE ads during Dynamite. And he's like, call them, tell them, take this off. So we don't just have to do, because I noticed that last night is, not to get ahead of ourselves, but when the Trios champs came out, Bandito said something. Hey, Bandito. When Brody said something, fuck ICE, fuck ICE, fuck ICE. And then when Hangman said something, it was cowboy shit. It's just say it the entire time.
Well, that's the thing is I don't want to have to make sure we get Brody King on every episode, but I do want us to chant fuck ICE on every episode. So we've got to mix it up. We got to spread the love.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So, great to hear that you're doing your public speaking on the behalf of good causes. I'm always proud of you for doing that. You have more courage than I do.
On the way in, some asshole in a car, though, he was like, hey, asshole, the roads are for cars, because I was crossing the fucking street trying to get to the event. So I gave him a fuck you, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, you fuck you. And I'm like, yeah, fuck off, So, there's that.
Peace
out here trying to help people, fuck you people, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Duality of man right on display right here in Kansas City, Tom. No, yeah, I did speech out there again. It was 98 degrees heat index at speech time.
Ooh, what a great boy band, huh? Nick Lachey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I bet the highlight of the evening for me though was when the drag queen MC said I was cute. I was like, that I still got it.
It's always great to be called cute anytime. Yeah. Just like the one video where the guy was like, if you just call a man big dog, it always makes their day. Same 100%. Thing.
Yes.
If an old lady says you're cute, if an older lady says you're cute, day is made. If a fellow individual of similar age calls you big dog, male or female or whatever you identify as, that just makes your day. It's the 100%. Shit. It's the best. Well, good.
Here's one at work.
What else?
Call people boss. You know what I mean?
I don't like that. No. Here's why. You want to know why? I forget how it came about, but essentially I was in a meeting with coworkers and a coworker was like, all right, boss, you get that one, right? But there was a person that wasn't in our organization that was also on the call. So then they sent me an email saying, obviously, like they were insinuating like
boss.
You're the boss. I was like, the fuck I am. No. I am not the boss. Fuck that. Do not send that.
No, you got to keep it a one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's good. I finished status update because, this is the year of the book. Been reading books. Finished my 16th book last night.
Of all
800. Well, felt like it. This one should have counted as 16 books. It was 857 pages. Lonesome Dove. It's a Western, but it's so much more than that. It is, man. There's a character in there named Gus McRae.
It's one thing to be like, I read a book, but 857 pages. You know what I mean? Like it's not a fair scale. You don't really have a good reference to be like, oh, I read a book. You know what I mean? If I told you it was Lonesome Dove or it was like Karl Marx's Capital, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, these are two different books. You know what I mean? Like those are that's a damn near encyclopedia, even though it's a work of fiction. Is Lonesome Dove? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, because the great thing about books that I'm discovering is length. Kind of like wrestling matches, length doesn't always mean quality. Where Lonesome Dove is in my top 5 instantly of favorite books of all time, but also is a novella by Stefan Zellwig called Chess, and that one is 85 pages. And
it's the story. If you can tell a story in 85 pages, tell that story.
That's what I'm saying.
Pages.
So there you go, Tony Khan. Thanks for so much for watching. Take that note. Not every great match has to be 25 minutes.
If you can tell a great story in 15 minutes.
If you could tell
in 10.
On a wrestling note, and I know people don't like these two individuals now, and then probably as humans, maybe not the greatest people ever, but the second WrestleMania match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, where it's just finishers the entire time, and it's maybe 6 minutes long, that fucking rules. Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 22. I think that's under 10 minutes. Fucking awesome. So again, as we nudge Tony Khan about not every pay-per-view has to be 2 Odysseys, let's fucking remember we can do stories different than 25 plus minutes.
Some of them can be done in 7 minutes. That's tight. But,
I think, because it speaks to the diversity, right? Because, like, again, going back to the Goldberg-Lesnar match, those are 2 bulls who just know how to spear, right? Like, just use their horn to spear. So, like, they wouldn't be circling and doing all these things, a whole
lot of strategy. Their strategy was, I'm going to beat your ass until you.
Yeah, I'm bigger, faster, stronger than you, and so I'm going to prove it. Yeah, and so that's all I'll say. But yeah, Lonesome Dove. Going back to that, amazing book. Gus McRae, Woodrow Call, Claire. Oh. I have chanted Gus so many times in this household that my wife is like, start a new one, start a new book. And I was like, get a new book. I don't want to, but I want to live in it a little bit. You know what I mean? I want to live in there a little bit.
Yeah, you get a good story. You want to stay there.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm going to start my next book called Martyr by Keveya Akbar. It's a book set in the Middle East. I'm trying to also, by the way, read books that are not just written by white dudes, like obviously Larry McMurtry, white dude, but I don't read Westerns. So that's why I kind of classified that as like, I'm going to try something different. But S.A. Cosby, he's a black guy from the South. I might actually start that one called Razorblade Tears.
Okay.
Yeah. Razorblade Tears. It's about 2 guys just getting out of prison, go avenge their son's murders, but they realize that they weren't the best dads in the world because their sons were dating and they didn't necessarily love that they had gay sons. So they have to grapple with how they treated their sons, avenging their murder. Like, so good shit.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
Hell yeah. But you know what was also good shit, Tim?
AEW Dynamite?
Your red hat keeps making me think of Nookie. Remember? I did it all for the Nookie. Who's that again?
To be honest, that wasn't my worry when I got it. My worry is the other red hat and being mistaken. Nah. Luckily on the back, it's got the, you know what I mean? So if anybody
here's the thing.
Quick look,
Yeah, here's a PSA also for any like-minded.
That one?
Well, there it is. Yes, but also for any like-minded individuals, he doesn't get to hijack a color. Fuck him. Where
Well, you know
all
what
the
I mean?
red?
But it's just the first, like, you know what I mean? You see a red cap and you're like, what does that
You know
say?
what?
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
you
So we
know,
gotta take it back.
he's
That's the whole thing, right? We gotta take it back.
yes, because he's a bit of a troll, and I don't know if he's presidential quality. However, he does like to fuck with Donald Trump a lot. Gavin Newsom should do that, right? Doesn't that feel like a Gavin Newsom thing?
Big
to like
red hat, yeah.
big red hats and shit, and just like fuck you. Yeah, maybe he should do that because he doesn't get
He
to
was
keep
doing that for
color.
a while when he was trolling the shit out of him. So yeah, maybe go back to that and do that thing. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, maybe not. You know.
Yeah, and he seems fine, but not the best. But what was the best was AEW, and it happened last night. We got a lot to talk about. It went down at the Pearl Theater at the Palms in Las Vegas, Nevada, the granddaddy of them all. Actually, not a bad venue. I've been there many of times, both intoxicated and sober, for many of fight
You've probably
nights.
been there more times than you realize.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely have almost slept in front of it because I couldn't find my hotel. Done
That's
that.
a great place to just fall asleep outside is Las Vegas outside an arena.
Well, I'll tell you,
Wonderful.
I think I've said it on the podcast, many moons ago, but when I was in Chicago for a friend's bachelor and bachelorette party, it was a combined bachelor and bachelorette party. There was like 25 of us. We rented out this mansion for the weekend, like 4 days, I couldn't find the fucking mansion after a hard night of drinking everywhere. So I just put my wallet in my front pocket, put my hands in my pocket, leaned up against Wrigley Field, and just fucking slept against the Cubs stadium. And I was like, I don't know where I'm at. And so I'm tired. I'm tired of walking. So if they're going to get me, they're going to get me.
You got to have the most lights of any place around here. So
So they didn't get me. So that was good. And then I found my way home. But yes,
either that or they look through your things and we're like, this guy's got nothing and left you back in the
which definitely at that time
thanks.
too. I was, how old was I? I was 22. Yeah, I definitely didn't have. Mm-hmm. Although, have I ever told you this part of the story? So I forget how my friend Charlie was who was getting married, and he got these vouchers, and I don't even know how these vouchers worked, but we got to cut the fucking line at this club, and I'll never forget it. I got to cut a fucking line, and I look back, and with a cigar the fucking size of my drinking cup here, Carmelo Anthony had it hanging out of his mouth. And he was just like, and he threw his hands up like this. And I was just like, I don't know. And we just kept walking. And we walked in. We cut him.
That's
fuck
great.
him. I never won a title.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Anyhow, about the time that I was in the Cotton Bowl parade for the Cotton game. So K-State was down there playing Tennessee. This is like 2001 or something like that. And a friend's Christmas present from his dad was, you can take any friend you want, and we'll go down to the bowl game, right? He gave that to both his kids, right? You can go take a friend. And so he was like, you want to go to the bowl game for free? And I was like, absolutely, yes, I do. And we brought a lot of party favors, right? And we were hanging out, and they were doing the two bands are kind of marching right in the streets doing their like little parade thing. And it was a snowstorm, freak snowstorm down there in Dallas. You don't get a whole lot of those. So everything had been kind of pushed off to the side. And I was trying to avoid, marching in some snow. And I look over and my friend's several feet away on a curb looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And I look and there's fucking a guy in front of me playing the trombone. I'm looking behind me like, oh shit, I'm in the fucking band. I gotta run out.
You're pulling a Santino Morella. Remember Santino? Yeah. I stepped in. I know.
Well, I might have, but I was like, I'm not getting arrested here. I'm in Dallas. So
you don't know where you're at. That's a great story. What's up?
Yeah,
give me a trumpet. Give me a trumpet now. Yeah.
Bro, you sound off key.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Yeah. All right, let's talk about it. So last night we kicked it off with our number one contender, Will Ospreay. He walks out there and
Billy O.
I don't really know if this hit with me. So he kind of says, hey, last week in Mexico, that was awesome. Arena Mexico, very, infamous, famous arena amongst pro wrestling fans. It was an honor to be there. And then he goes into a story about how I believe it was his dad died before the one last year. And so, okay. And we're kind of grasping for straws, but then really where I thought it hit was where he said, but I was there last week and I showed the example. Unlike some people, our world heavyweight champion who was on his sofa hanging out. I would respond if I was Kenny Omega saying, that's the benefit of being a champion. I can say, I don't want to fucking go this week.
Fucking fight tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also rich. I don't need to get the purse money. Like, I'm fine.
Right. So Will Ospreay says that. And then we've got to retire this trope like Chris Jericho's career. Don Callis comes out and it's just a turd in a punch bowl. And he just goes
because Don Callis is not that. I mean, like, he's, you know what I mean? Like,
but he just needs to get away from Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. He needs to be bigger than
wrong or bad. No, he just is pointless. This is pointless for him to be here. But here's the thing: is I think we're exposing a little bit of the storyline and this desire to get Will Ospreay's moment at All In. Because, if you ask me, I think he should lose this. I don't see enough here yet, right? Like, yeah, he's gotten way better in the things. And could he have a world title run? Fine. But it's going to be nothing moving or memorable if you ask me at this point in time. I kind of feel like...
Well, we got 2 weeks.
We do got 2 weeks. But the question has all been on, will he pull the trigger? And like, I mean, so if he pulls that trigger, whatever that means, I almost need a different personality from Will Ospreay. And I don't know that we're going to get that out of the one that's currently here. He's too... The guy's got... This is another one. This guy's got a nice life, dude. He's got himself a wife. He's jet-setting back and forth between countries. He's fucking... You know what I mean? He's famous.
He's beating up people in kayfabe land. He's beating everyone up. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what am I... Remember when you were like, why am I going to... The Roman
Reigns.
Like,
yeah, fuck you. Yeah. You can take every girl you want. Yeah, fuck exactly. You think I'm going to feel sorry for you? No. Fuck
so
off.
I don't... Yeah, it's not the shit. I'm like, he's very good, but like, no, I don't get, like, when we wanted Hangman to win this thing, or we wanted Swerve, right? Or like, you just felt it in these moments. Even go back to the Kofi on the other side, right? Like, there was just a moment that I don't feel is really here. This feels made up.
Fabricated.
You know? Yeah. Fabricated. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and here's the part that's missing for me. So we'll get back into kind of chronologically what happened, but essentially Don Callis comes out, then the Don Callis family jumps him. Then Kenny Omega comes to the rescue. But here's what I was going to say. This is the part of the feud between this match of Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Is what's missing is Kenny Omega's part. What is he doing? Right? Like, I know he hit Ospreay with the finisher, but like, is he jealous of Will Ospreay? Does he think that
we touched on this last week where we thought it seemed like we were getting a storyline where Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega had competing visions for Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay is saying, fuck the both of you. I get to make this decision. But it feels like we didn't talk about any of that this week.
No. And, you know, again,
so are we doing that? Is that not the story? Did we just read into that wrong?
Well, possibly.
Shout out to Theo. He says, yeah, that's the benefit of being a champion. I don't have to go, and I can order some DoorDash.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, I don't have to go tonight. I'm the champion. I have the night off. I can go fuck your mom. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
But like, going to one of the most infamous babyface versus babyface matches of all time in pro wrestling history, Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan, there was an inherent storyline. Is Hulkamania going to continue this 6-year run or whatever it was? Is this gonna still be the juggernaut of pro wrestling?
Losing, yeah, exactly, right.
Or is it
pass the torch moment?
Yeah, but with Kenny and Will Ospreay, I don't feel like we're telling that. We're just saying Will Ospreay is gonna pull the trigger.
But do they think they're telling that? Remember when we talked about All Friends Wrestling, and they really were like, and then everybody's gonna love it because then I'm gonna come in and do the thing, and like.
Well, Kenny did say, I will say this. Was it 2 weeks ago when they had their kind of face-to-face? Kenny, when he was smacking him, remember that when he kept smacking him? And he did say, like, this is why, but again, it's all based on Will Ospreay. But he was saying, this is why you're never going to be good enough. This is why you can never have that spot. And then we're going again back to this I'll pull the trigger thing, which, and I don't mean to be splitting hairs here. However, it kind of feels like the same story we told when Will Ospreay and MJF went to All In London and he hit the Tiger Driver 91. Remember?
Yeah. And like, again, if what you're telling me is this good guy who everybody likes is a good guy needs to be less of a good guy to get over the hump, and we don't think he's going to do it. Again, if he does it, is he still a face? Is that a redeeming quality? Do I like that about him? Or does he got to be a heel now? And is Will Ospreay ready to do that? I don't know.
Well, so let's get back to it. So they end this segment with Kenny Omega essentially saying, hey, I saved your ass here. I've saved your ass in the past, but consider that the last time because I'm not going to do it.
But this is wrestling trope 102 here where it's, I saved you, but it's not because I care. It's because I want the best competitor on Sunday. Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't. It's tired.
No, you don't. No, you do not.
Yeah.
If you actually want to win this. But again, this for the last couple of weeks, I felt like Kenny Omega doesn't want to win this match. Like
I need to hear something.
He's begging Will Ospreay to find a way to beat him.
Yeah.
Are we going to get the modern day I'm sorry, I love you moment? Is that what we're doing here?
I don't know. But everything is centered around Will Ospreay in the sense, well, because, in the defense of that storyline and kind of that comment, everything was centered around Hangman when he was going up against John Moxley. However, it was John Moxley and his goons, right? It was Claudio and Pac and Yuta and,
this would make sense for
Shafir.
Ospreay. Will he pull the trigger against like Moxley and the goons to get over Kenny Omega?
Right.
That made sense when he was a part of the Death Riders and they were like, now your next step is to do the dastardly thing.
Yeah.
He told them to fuck off. So why are we wanting him to do the dastardly thing? I don't get it.
I will say there's 2 weeks left.
Man, it's all fucking.
But 2 weeks left. So fingers crossed. But I would say for this week, swing in a foul ball.
Stay tuned to all8wrapup.com because, A, you can find the links to watch this live on the YouTube if you're listening back on podcast and wonder what I meant when I said it's all Hechicero. You could see the hand movements I'm making, right? You can watch that live. You can check it out later on demand. You can also subscribe there. It's completely free, and you'll know when or when not we're going live, which next week we may not have a show. We may not have a show.
No, we ain't.
It sounds like we're not, unless I get a wild hair and decide to do it myself Wednesday night, but...
You can, but Wednesday night, I'm going to see my favorite artist, J. Cole. And then Thursday, Tim is flying to a different state in the Union.
Yep. Yeah, so we got to see them all before the Union breaks apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to get the chance.
Totally get it. Yeah. That's why I got this Colorado hat. You know what I mean?
Right,
Just try to get to all the big spots here.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into some in-ring action. So after we have that kind of dud of a first segment, we get a 3-way match for the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet at All In. We have MJF,
spot, number 2 spot.
We get MJF, Nick Wayne, and Shoeless Mike Bailey.
Oh, Nick Wayne.
And
man, talk about the punchable face roulette here. We got MJF, Mike Bailey, and Nick Wayne.
And Speedball. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, I just I will say this. I do like the idea of a match where people are saying, I need to be in there first. I do like that.
Yeah.
I think here's the part where I would shake this concept up just a little bit. Is before the match starts, do some type of drawing, right? A Powerball type of lottery, right? Or something that says tonight's Casino Gauntlet match has 11 competitors. And so then we don't have to do this thing where it's like randomly people come, but then the last person came out and we have 23 minutes where no one else came out conveniently. And so it's like, tell us that at least. You know what I mean?
Well, but you also, you have to, sorry to steal the phrase, pull the trigger on one of these. Somebody's got to win this after the fourth guy comes in. You get to roll up,
Yeah, the second guy needs to win. Yeah,
right.
You need to
It's like when the Money in the Bank, somebody had to not cash that in eventually, right? Like you have to, for realism.
Totally agree.
Do the thing.
I totally agree. Yeah, if they built up a little bit for that one moment in time where it was Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, number 1 and 2, but then they kind of just waited for the third guy and then that was it, But like if they built that up where it's like, oh my God, can you believe it? It's gonna be, I'm making up here, Darby and Orange Cassidy, and Darby just beats Orange Cassidy, and then like the third person never gets in there.
Or if nothing else, like at least have somebody like you said, we know how many competitors are going to go in, and then the benefit of being first is like you could beat a guy and wait. You know what I mean? Like kind of with Stone Cold in the Rumble, right? Like,
but yeah, when you say
you have to extend the time, but
right? Because again, the gauntlet thing ending at any time, I would still keep, but just tell us how many people there are. And then you can see the disappointed people that says, oh, I was 14 tonight and it was the top 10 or whatever it is. Right. So anyhow, splitting hairs, but
I would even do it live. Like you said, like we know there's 14 people. Guy wins after the 5th person comes in and then they're in the back like, son of a fuck. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Having them working out. Money. Yeah. Getting warmed up and like,
I got all oiled up. My hair's wet.
I mean, you could do, because you know what, Tim? That would be fun because you could do some weird storytelling there where if we're wanting to get to a match and we don't know how to get to it, hypothetically, right? Let's say the number 6 spot ends that match. We go backstage. Let's just say Bobby Lashley was warming up with one of those resistant bands. Yeah, he's warming up with one of these resistant bands. He turns around. He doesn't like the fucking face of Nick Wayne, so he clotheslines the shit out of him, and so the next week it's Bobby Lashley, Nick Wayne, because they got into a scuffle backstage because they both want to get in this Casino Gauntlet.
That could be like Bobby Lashley told everybody before he went in, "You're not winning this match. I'm winning it tonight.
Yeah,
if I don't get in this ring, you're gonna have to answer to me anyway. So it ain't gonna be you ain't winning shit if you win this. You understand me?" And Nick Wayne's stupid ass goes in and gets a roll up, and he's like, "Ha ha!" And then he walks back, and Bobby Lashley's like, I fucking told you, and then just right, just fucking. It wouldn't
be good for a pay-per-view quality match, but maybe if you did it on Dynamite just to fuck with people. One thing that I think would be funny with the Casino Gauntlet is, let's hypothetically say that the 3 people in there at the time are all 3 members of the Rascals. And so then the 4th person starts to come out. And let's think of, that's one thing that's side note. That's one thing that's kind of missing in AEW is the big monster, right? But let's just say Monster X, whoever that person
Bobby
is.
Lashley, we're saying. So
Bobby Lashley. Yeah, Bobby is a fucking monster. But like, and so Bobby gets his music hits and he starts walking down. Well, the 3 Rascals are like, fuck this. And one of them just lays down and the other one counts and says 1, 2, 3. And like, yeah, fuck that. We ain't wrestling him. Right. Like, runs out.
The Rascals still get, exactly right.
Yeah. They're still in their family. So anyhow, but with this, the story was MJF, right? It's always the story of MJF. Nick Wayne, Mike Bailey, they do their fun stuff.
Yeah, MJF even sat out and, yapping on commentary. He's like, I'm going to watch these bums beat each other. Yeah.
Yeah, called Tony Schiavone a fat prick again, which is always just funny. And so, MJF wins.
Oh, yeah, so I know we had Big Show, or what do we call him? Paul White on commentary.
Paul White, because there's no BS. There's no BS.
Not the worst. Yeah, he's no BS. But he does sound like he's yelling every time he's talking on the microphone.
He still has some nerves.
Yeah.
It's early Taz. Where like Taz on SmackDown was good, but it was, I'll tell you what, Michael Cole. And it was like, hey, man, chill. And now you hear Taz, and it's like, this is fucking great, right? Mm-hmm. He still has some nerves.
Taz has
of
that,
like
he kind of doesn't want to be there vibe. The commentary, and it's great. And he might not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like, fucking God.
I thought I could have fucking retired by now. I got to get Hooks a rub.
Yeah. I thought Hook would be the champion and I could fucking get out of this bitch. But MJF wins. But then again, he keeps this. Sooner or later, you're going to find out I'm the one true champion.
Yeah, one true champion. Don't like it.
Don't like it.
Don't like it.
Next up, we get Double D. Never forget. Divine Dominion, and they have a message for the Brawling Birds. They're in their bar, and they're like, this is fucking dumb. it's so stupid that your biggest moment is going to be your death in front of your friends and family. You fucking goofs. And then they just walk off, right?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's how you'd feel.
Yeah. But like, again, just little things that we're missing.
The right things, but it just.
Yeah. Well, Megan Bain. Oh, sorry, isn't good. She's just not good. She just bowed down. There was a reason she didn't talk and Penelope Ford did all the talking, right? I'm not saying that we need to make this a trios team, but maybe bring Penelope Ford back and have her talk for the ladies here. Because
you know who could talk for them.
You raggedy bitch.
Well, that would be the best,
oh
right?
My God.
What I would have done here in this, because again,
good heel woman manager though. We don't have.
Well, we had one for a moment, but then she started fighting her daughter, Vicky Guerrero. Remember?
Yeah.
She was. And then she started.
Yeah. Well, she's fucked up in a bunch of different ways. She's
right. But she was good. She was good.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. You know what I mean? Like that kind of presence.
Penelope Ford, I think, would be good in that role. I think Penelope Ford was great talking on behalf of Megan Bain. So just have her talk on behalf of Lena Cross as well. But in this segment, they should have beat up a family member, right? Make up that, I don't know.
You're in your pub. So here's Jennifer Hayter, your sister.
Yeah. Right. Or here's your favorite bartender and we fucking smashed his face in, right? And he's bleeding from the face.
Bloody, right. Yeah,
just pay your tab,
Boy, me banging some mash right or whatever the fuck they
Yeah. What the fuck do they call that money over there? Whatever it is. Where's our European correspondent? Tell us that, Ash.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Ash, we haven't heard from that guy in like at least 20 years.
Yeah, it feels that way. All right.
Theo says, bring back Zach Gowen so Brock can toss him around the ring. That's a reference.
Sure. Why not? Well, he did have a match against Ricochet in AEW. Yep. Remember that? Yeah.
So remember what it was what that we sent? I don't know if you sent it to me or I sent it to you, where it was like AEW this weekend now has 4 black champions, crowned 2 new ones. WWE was like, have the Predator lock the black guy in a cage.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's essentially what happened.
That's how it works.
That is how it works. All right, let's keep it moving. Another thing that I'll get, because he shows up again, so let's just talk about it now. But we get Mick Foley talking to Jay White and his group. So before we get into what Mick Foley has to say and the Bang Bang Gang has to say, Mick Foley. Before I share my comments, your comments about Mick Foley and AEW.
Mick Foley is great, right? I don't know, it's hard to encompass Mick Foley in a few words, right? But for him to be here, like his presence, I feel like this thing is not hitting the just like rando interviews in the back.
Right.
If you want to do the more serious interviews that they were trying to do with Jim Ross until his health worsened, that I think he could hit home runs on, because he's got enough to kind of do what he did to the Callis family and them or whatever and be like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I'll call you out on your shit and be like, but you're lying, right? So I think you could use him there. I saw you mention him potentially doing kind of what I said. There's no female heel managers, but he could be a heelish manager for some female talent.
Oh, I wouldn't, not even a heel, just like the role that I think would be best for him is similar to what Sting was to Darby, except for, in my case, don't have him wrestle. No tag matches, no, stop it.
Glad you brought that up.
Stop that part of it.
That later.
Yeah, stop that part of it. But Mick Foley is playing a role that I think is already occupied in AEW. We have said for years that everyone's uncle in pro wrestling, everyone's favorite uncle in pro wrestling is Tony Schiavone. And Mick Foley's walking around kind of being everyone's favorite uncle. And I don't know if people have been to too many cookouts, family cookouts, be it. There's only one cool uncle. Everyone else that's uncle is just fine, right? They're
right.
Yeah. But there's one fucking cool uncle that goes for a walk that everyone ends up following and then coming back home, right? Tony Schiavone's that uncle. Again, little nerdy, right? Little Ned Flanders. But like Mick Foley, I think, is trying to play a role that we already checked that box off of. So that's where, and this is just me kind of, I like this. I love this actually about AEW, but then sometimes I feel like when people are coming into AEW who haven't been doing that in a long time, a little bit too much freedom, right? We get Mick Foley later talking about, there's my daughter, here's my shirt. And it's like, hey, talk to Statlander.
Another thing he could do, because Mick Foley has this vibe where when you need somebody who is normally a likable guy, but has to be an asshole when you need an asshole, like he's got that vibe. He could fit the sort of, I don't want to name somebody GM, but we've noted this, like there's never a position of power person to come in and be like, hey, this is the match. It's
Tony
always,
Schiavone
I'm getting word from Tony Khan. So just have Mick Foley be the guy, right? He's the guy. He's because he fits that vibe where he's like the kind of the fucking stage runner back there. You know what I mean? Or whatever. The producer, if you will. Where he'll be like, I don't give a shit. You're not on the fucking docket. You're not fighting tonight. You know, that kind of shit or whatever. Right?
Well, and he does such a great job. He has a good speaking voice. The other part that so here's where I would propose using a Mick Foley, again, assuming he agrees to this, is I would have him mentor someone. I would pick a female because, again, not Guy Verdon Guy, right? Let's fucking think outside the box. A Queen Amanada. Oh, yeah, Persephone. And Mick Foley. Perfect. Yeah, that is peanut butter and jelly, right? But the other thing I would have Mick Foley play the role of is when we do these dangerous matches, right? I know we only did it once, but when we did the exploding barbed wire death match, we had Onita. Yeah. Well, we had Onita, if you recall, back in 2020. We had Onita talk about it. But I would have now, let's say we do that again, Mick Foley speak to that. You want to know what the fuck this has the toll on your body? Look at this arm. Look at this face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I mean. When we're having the interviews I'm talking about, like when we're having the troubling personality, somebody going crazy, that's when you bring Mick Foley in to be like, let's judge if this is real. You know what I mean? Like, you really crazy or what do we? Yeah.
Or he could be essentially not the face of, that's a poor term, but like when we do blood and guts, that's Mick Foley's match, right?
Yeah.
Mick Foley's going to tell you what a cage can do to your body.
Because the daredevil type who would do anything with his body to win the match when he's not the traditional build is Darby Allin, and we just did the fucking Sting mentorship, so we can't do that with the Mick Foley now.
That's why.
But a female version of this would be, you know.
Persephone is the best choice because she can't, I'm not saying she can't, but she has yet to do it in AEW, cut promos. So Mick Foley can talk for her on that part. Now, I think you were the one who told me there's a rumor that WWE loves Persephone if money talks and she goes to Magamania, whatever, right? I would then do it for the person he spoke with later in the night, Chris Statlander.
Right.
She's been,
Yeah,
but she's done the Stokely Hathaway. She's done these things, but like Mick Foley, because we know that Statlander gets down with that kind of match, right? Like, she'll get down with the down.
Here's what I know. I think we should do it because if it don't work, then we can trade Chris Statlander, right? Like we can get out of this contract then, right? Because it ain't gonna work then, right?
Right. I agree. Yeah. Although Statlander, she will get down. That match with Willow, the Chicago street fight.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. But speaking of Mick Foley, as mentioned, getting back on track, he talks to Jay White and the gangbang, and nothing new here. White just says he's going to beat him, but then he says he prays that Moxley makes it through so that he can beat him up in the AEW Continental Cup. I thought that was interesting.
Shot he's trying to do.
Yeah. So far, Eddie Kingston and all these individuals who have advanced have never really said like, and now I want to kick that person's ass. This is the first time where we have like,
which Kingston could definitely do that with Moxley. You know, like
that was the finals.
Expect him to do it.
Yeah, that was the finals of the first AEW Continental Classic, right? So run that shit back. But yeah, so we get that. Mick Foley throws up again, too many guns. We have finger guns here, whatever. And then we get the match. So it is Switchblade Jay White versus David Finlay. as we bafflingly say almost each time he's out there, the crowd going bananas for Jay White.
Yeah. They love Jay
Make
White.
him the fucking champion.
Everybody
right? Like,
Jay White, man.
I get the whole Will Ospreay thing, but it feels like Jay White's got all that momentum,
He's got, I don't know, there's some charisma, man.
And he ain't doing shit. He's just hanging around.
We are a few weeks away from getting the announcement that he's left the building. Like people go crazy when that dude is there.
Crazy for him. And so, yeah, a good match here. David Finlay, Jay White, they know how to wrestle. They do it here. They wrestle. Whatever.
They do know how to wrestle, and they did do it there. In Las Vegas.
And the Blade Runner out of nowhere. Jay White wins. He advances to the round of 8. So we'll see who he takes on because, again,
what they keep saying.
Not bracket, random draw.
So they say first round random draw. The next 8 advance to random draw. And then the finals happen at All In. But they haven't said, is it a random draw of 2 matches and then a thing, or is it a 4-way? What's happening here?
Well, Tim, I know one thing
specifically.
Tim, I know one thing for sure.
Will be there. Yeah.
It's not going to be a fatal 4-way because the objective is not to murder people. I
stopped myself from saying fatal, right? But that's they haven't explained that I've heard of.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say it on the graphic. It just says after the random draw at 8, final 4 basically will be at thing, but they don't explain if that's
unless we missed it. And if we missed it, put it in the chat, send us an email.
Yep.
We'll get to it, but again,
is it like a 4-way? Yeah, like all 4 guys get in the ring and mix it up. Because that'd be a different scenario.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It would be fun. All right, let's get into what I thought was the most intriguing thing to happen with the biggest faceplant fail of the night. So, Tony Schiavone introduces our AEW World Trios champs. And we get, as mentioned, Bandito. Hey, this is so much fun. Swerve Strickland, Brody King. Hey, we're champs, and this is so much fun to do it again. Because remember, he was a trios champ with the House of Black.
Right.
And then Hangman's like, hey, I'm going to speak some Spanish. Which then, Swerve is like, the fuck you are, white boy.
Yeah.
Hit my music.
Please don't work Vegas. Like, we don't need.
No one needs to fucking do that, right? Yeah. But then Swerve walks out by himself. Well, I mean, with Prince Nana, but, by himself. And then cuts down each guy. He says, Bandito, I came to your town. I stomped on your beer. I stomped you in the face.
Over hating me, it seems like.
Yeah. Well, and then he's like, and then he goes, Brody King, you said you were the most violent. I showed you that that's not true. And then he goes, and all history seems to come back to you. And then he cuts him down. Right now, you're no longer the champion. Earlier this year or last year, we're on the same page, but now we're not. Because he goes, I looked away one moment, and now look at you. You can't challenge for the title. So what's your story? And and then Hangman, to his credit, goes, Swerve, you've been doing a lot of talking, but what the fuck do you have to show for it?
Yeah, you ain't even been here. Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah. Every time we see you in a pay-per-view, you're fucking losing to Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay. Somebody
Burger King and showing up every couple of weeks, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're just doing bicep curls and forgetting about calories. Like
drinking too many protein shakes and not doing enough workouts, pal.
Mm-hmm. And so they're starting to get into it. And this is where, again, Tim, I was like, fuck, yes, I was thinking we're going to get 2 members of Swerve's new group, and that's going to be our thing at All In. Swerve and X and X versus the Trios champs. Holy shit, it's another chapter in Swerve versus Hangman, but now we got these other parts to, tell stories with. Fuck, yes, right? Flexing on. I was flexing, you know what I mean? I was fucking pumped.
But then what happened?
And then,
And then what happened?
The Demand walks out. And again, I love Ricochet. And to their credit, well, it was the Demand and the Lethal Twist. Let's just call them the fucking Demand. Get the fucking other 3 guys.
So this is what bogs me, because if we wanted to get this, all right, so we've got a trio set, and then Amanda's a trios, but Swerve needs a 2 friends, like, and we have this like triple thread of trios. Cool, but the lethal twist could have been
with
the
them.
2 guys to go with Swerve, but
Yeah.
now we've attached them to the demand. Like, I don't get what's going on.
Well, and here's the saddest part of this whole thing. Ricochet, which I thought was cool, is cutting down Swerve, right? Hey, remember I had the knives in your fucking forehead. You fucking suck. You actually started all this on me by throwing toilet paper at me and you fucking asshole and all that stuff, right? But then he just goes, so get the fuck out of here, because this is trios talk. And Swerve just does.
He just fucks off. Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
And it's trios talks, but then why did you bring 5 guys? Like, I don't understand.
Well, it just goes number. I get the heel part of all that. But so he says, get to stepping. And then Swerve like walks through him and is just like, you're a bitch or something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, you look so pathetic here. Because we could have done this differently. This is how you should have done it, Tony. Next time, give me the fucking Excel spreadsheet. Because this is how you do it. You bring out the fucking trios champs, right? They do all the same thing. The demand comes out. The demand says, we're going to fight you.
Just the 3
just the demand. Yeah, we're going to fight you at whatever it is. So,
Collision or next Dynamite.
Yeah, whatever. Right. We get a little bit of a pull apart, right? To where they disperse. We don't want but they disperse.
Right.
Then we have Renee or someone catch up with the trios champs backstage. Hey, we want to get your comments about and they run into Swerve. And that's when Swerve is backstage going the same thing he just said. You're a bit, and now boom. And then we can get it because now Swerve can look like from a position of power.
Yeah.
Because he looked like a position of a fucking submissive
being
bitch
told
here.
to step and doing it is weird, right? Without, you know what I mean? Like,
and not having like a vague threat either. Like, oh, we'll see you in 2 weeks or something.
Well, it's like at least just be like, I mean, good. I don't want to hang out with you nerds anyway. I'm going to go get drunk at the bar. You know what I mean? Like, say something, try to act cool on the way out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but and so then
or you just be like, oh, like I'm going to walk right past you, think I'm stupid, and then like cut out through the crowd or something, right? And slap hands on the way, like try to do something cool.
Something, but this wasn't cool. And then it ends on just the same tired ass pro wrestling trope. Yeah, we'll fight you right now. Well, actually, it'll be on our time.
Our time, yeah.
Fucking boo. So that happened. Now, let's talk about what I think is the most viral moment of the night. So we go to an earlier taped interview Renee is doing with Willow Nightingale. And before she really even says anything, Glitter Bitch fucking attacks her.
Oh, Glinda.
Yeah, Glitter Glinda. I mean, seriously, did she bathe in fucking glitter? Like, it was so obnoxious. It was, and not even like in a heel way.
Tom.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking, are you okay?
What would bug me is like every person that you interact with now has to leave with some of that. Yeah,
Well, my thing is it's like a welfare check, right? It's like when someone like does a lot of lipstick on their fucking mouth. It's like,
notwithstanding, it's also really bad for the environment. Is glitter?
Well, yeah, that too. But does she fucking care? Right. But the viral moment is they still had audio of the crowd, and some fucking kissing cousin knuckle dragger yells, "Sasha, come back home," whatever, and then some people boo. Here's what I'll say to that. Fucking go. Please go. I don't want to see you in AEW. Just fucking leave.
And also, guys, hey, listen to me. If you refer to any place you work at as home, you probably want me to slap you, wouldn't you? You probably want me to drive over to your house. Shut the fuck up, man. So stop telling her to come home.
This
is
dumb.
A place of employment, y'all. Like,
it's the weirdest thing. And also
checks from a billionaire to entertain you.
Yeah.
So you'll buy tickets.
And to buy a ticket to AEW, to yell, to go to another, you just seem like a fucking idiot. All around
Why would you
dumbass.
again, like, look,
Yeah.
hey, we've said this. The point of wrestling is to go there and be part of the show. Like, it's one of the last few kind of ways that, like, the theater and the round exists, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are part of the show. That is part of what they're doing, because it would suck for the performers too if you all just sat there on your hands and whatever, right? There's lines not to cross. So you are supposed to get involved. You are supposed to engage. You are supposed to kind of heckle and this and that. But whatever the fuck that was is not it, man. Like, that's not.
It's just dumb.
That's just dumb.
It was just someone who was like, you know what I said? Because, like, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember when we sat on the floor seats for Dynamite? Because of course we do. But the last show that we went to, and that weird 2 left foot guy that was sitting next to me, and he was like, that'll get some heat. And it was like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
You sound like a fucking idiot. What are you? And you were wearing a Jim Cornette shirt. We've interviewed Jim Cornette. He's not a horrible person, but it makes you look pretty dumb. You know, it makes you look pretty dumb. Yeah. And that's what this person felt like. Whoever yelled that stuff, right? But in the segment,
it's been too long. We need to meet some.
I know it has been too long. They need to come back. Fucking get away from Vegas. Come to Kansas City. But in the segment, it ends with Mercedes Moné standing over Willow and then says, "Dumb bitch." Ooh. Now,
as much as AEW is the land of the guns, it's the land of calling people a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's.
Okada, Swerve, Mercedes. Now, when women call other women, it feels like it hits different, right? Because it's like, you know, there's.
Sure.
Yeah, but still, to your point, yes, I agree. Now, let's talk a little bit behind the curtain. We usually like to keep everything in front of the TV, but we will acknowledge some things from time to time. I don't know if you saw this, but apparently Bayley put out a compilation of training with different wrestlers at different locations, one of which was Mercedes.
I'm telling you, I think this is what's happening. I think we're going to get something kind of what I was saying. I think the Divine Dominion's going to get mad at Mercedes or something, right? They're going to be like, you bitch. She's going to be in peril. And out comes, and then it's going to be Bayley W. all of a sudden, you know, whatever the hell we're going to call her. And then, you know what I mean?
When we call her, I think she, what did she go by before she was Bayley? Whatever that name is.
Yeah, exactly right.
But like, this is what I would do. I'd do the Swerve. I would do Bayley comes out to save Mercedes. Oh, thank God. And she kind of turns to Double D, never forget, and fucking, you know, right? And then they go like, hey. And then she turns around and clotheslines Mercedes. And is like,
Double D. And,
yeah. Team fat ass. Look at all her asses. And she's just like walking around, points at her butt the entire time.
I wouldn't hate that if she's shitting on Mercedes Moné. But then we have to have that, right? Then Mercedes needs a team, and you know.
Well, then that's when she can go on her journey of like reconciling, right? And then she gets Maya World, and she gets Willow, and then you know what I mean. Then
she makes good with old. Well, I guess they've worked together well. What's her name? The Forever Champion.
Athena. Yeah.
Yep, Athena.
Which again, you have your men's world champion. He'd rather be the trios champ, and then you got your women's champ. Every time she's on AEW, fucking loses. Anyhow, let's keep it going. We get into the in-ring action again, and we get a TNT championship match. And in what is considered the botch of the year so far, I would say, we get Kevin Knight versus Chris Jericho. The spot in question, or the talk of the match
reference,
is Jericho has Kevin Knight in the Boston Crab, Walls of Jericho, whatever you want to call it, right? And then Don Callis is like, I'm gonna hit him with a fucking screwdriver. But then Jericho's like, no. Scoots towards him, leans, and Don Callis hits him.
Yeah.
But here's also a part of this that sucks. The camera work. Motherfucker, you know how many times you go to the fucking crowd to show me someone who's laughing with me? I don't want to fucking see that. But you could have saved the wrestlers here by going to the crowd while then they get back in the spot.
That's not even the cameraman doesn't need to know that. It's the person running the fucking.
It's the producer.
The director and the producers back there, because they would have been like, nope, cut the fucking, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever. Somebody's always on the crowd.
Camera guy. Yeah, the camera guy is supposed to stay on that because it's his job to say the action is in frame. Here it is. Yeah, the camera guy was perfect. It was the fucking producer who was like, stay with the shot.
Yeah,
Fuck
didn't
these
cut
guys.
the 3, right, or whatever it was, right? Yeah. Well, because because then that one person understands wrestling more than every cameraman, and they don't have to like adjust.
Yeah.
When he's like, no, he's too far away, and he sees Jericho trying to correct that. That works better in a live crowd because not everybody's so close and doesn't see what's going on, right? You know what I mean? Like up at the top rows, they don't necessarily notice what's going on, right? Or even the floor, because you know what I mean? Like the angle's different. So like, but the TV, man, captures all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but just stay with it. Maybe they don't like Jericho. Maybe this is, fuck, he re-signed. Well, then we're going to ruin his life.
Yeah, maybe
you know what I mean?
Like, yo, like shit. Telling us we should have cut the camera 3.
Any fucking time he has even a little bit of a mess up, we're
his ass crack
zoom in on it.
Zoom it.
Zoom in every fucking time. The other fun part, I guess you could say, the heartwarming part, was Jericho did jump on the lap of Paul White here to have a quick reunion with Jericho. So that was cute. But yeah, as mentioned, the screwdriver to the head, then Knight picks up the victory by hitting his crash landing. 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Kevin Knight's still a thing. Remember?
Kevin Knight's cool. Kevin Knight is still cool.
But did we miss the moment?
Well, can I? No. I don't think we did. Because later on in the night, Darby Allin's like, "Hey, at All In, I'm gonna get my shot again against you, and now it's gonna be Falls Count Anywhere." So I think we're just, you know what I mean, buying our time.
Yeah, because Darby was like, I mean, you ain't ready for, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're coming up, but you ain't ready for this.
And Darby can do that match every day of the week because his body has been callous to it. Kevin Knight can't. So to do these matches, to keep him in front of our face, I think is good.
Yeah, now on the other side of this, what we mean there is he's living in pain from all of those decisions he makes every day. So pain is nothing new.
But it makes him feel alive. Yeah,
that's what that ring rust is they didn't have to live in everyday pain constant like that. Yeah. Like, I mean, they're still painful, you know what I mean? But like, it's it's every bump hurts now. Like it's a jolt instead of just all blending into the same pain.
Right. Yeah. Now on the other side of this match, though, dead on arrival, Chris Jericho.
Another one that needs a transition to non-ring wrestling role. Because again, he's good on a microphone. He's creative guy. We'll say he may have lost his like curveball, may have lost his, you know what I mean? Like his finishing touches. But I mean, the guy's been doing wrestling for 40 years at the top level, can only provide benefit in some other role there. This is hard to get through.
Yeah, he's moving around like Matt Hardy. He has a body of a melting candle. Like his hair is just hanging on for dear life. Just it's not a good look.
That guy trying to tell me Matt Hardy was doing good these days, and I was like, nah, man, it can't be, man. Look, I haven't watched, but like, look, he got new legs.
Maybe emotionally, maybe emotionally he's doing great, and that's awesome. I hope the best for him.
Yeah, of course. Well, if the guy's living well, loving life, but
he ain't having good matches. We know that.
Yeah, he cannot be.
It's just not happening.
No, man,
just not happening. So the only thing I think for Jericho is he's going to be in this Casino Gauntlet, right? Don't you think? Him and MJF are going to have a stare down. We're going to get a blast from the past. I took you out. Fuck you. You're the worst. You know, I think that's where we're going to go.
And then maybe even some kind of tie to Jericho comes into that too. Some other entrant is some weirdo in Jericho's, universe.
Yeah, that's what I think we're going to do.
Ralphus or some shit, right? Like
R.I.P.
Theo says Matt Hardy's hair looks like it's being held with hot glue. It might. Here's a fun one. I saw this when I was on vacation. I was scrolling Reddit one night, like, late night, right, trying to fall asleep. You should Google the Bret Michaels most recent music video. That guy he's got a bandana that might be surgically applied at this point and is pulling the Hulk Hogan maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to pay a lot of money now to see what's hiding under this thing, but it's bad.
Someone should sue him, and so then he has to take the stand because then he has to take it off. You know what I mean? Bitch.
Yeah, there we go. We got to get a credible suit that'll like get to
Mm-hmm.
that level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, there's got to be plenty of ladies that can come up with a credible suit against this guy.
Yeah, a couple dozen, you would think.
But it's bad. It's so clearly AI written, and he's singing so terribly. And it was clear that they like made a video, and he was like, "I'm not on this. Give me a green screen," and then like just stood in front of the video, fake playing a guitar, and the hair thing. Oh, these guys. Look, at some point it'll go away, right? And you just got to live with it, right?
Not here, not over here. But I got vitiligo, so I got spots. I look like a goddamn leopard all the time.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: to Jericho, to Bret Michaels, to some of these other individuals, you're only ruining it.
Yeah.
Just realize that you're only ruining it. Right. I've told you this, and we've agreed, in the past. Jericho retires at the end of the 5 labors of Jericho, the thing that he did with
we would have talked about him as one of the all-time greats, and
just peak.
And
now
to be clear, he could have stayed on our TV since then.
Oh yeah,
just in different.
He could have done the
roles,
Nigel McGuinness, like I said.
Yeah.
He could have done the spot here, spot there. Isn't that neat? He's wrestling in Arena Mexico as his old Lucha Libre.
He's another one that could have been your GM role when you need an authority figure, right? He can do that too, where playing the politics, and then somebody's like, "I need a match," and he's like, "Sit the fuck down and shut up," right? Like he can do that.
Yeah,
that's what we've kind of talked about, where you need that, like the oracles, right? Like the board, right? What we call the board is just like 3 veterans sitting in a fucking closet, right? At a table, playing cards. Right? Like,
Jericho, Foley. Those are 2 great candidates.
That could be the running guy. He's like, I got to go run this by the board. And they go back, and it's whatever 3 veterans have to be back there drinking
Jerry
and playing
Lynn,
cards.
Jericho, and
they got to get at least the 2 out of 3 thumbs up to be able to, what I mean, do the thing.
Right. Totally agree. Yeah, but just someone needs to get in his ear and just be like, you're ruining it. You're ruining it. Right? No one wants to think of Joe Namath on the Buffalo Bills, right?
But Tom, I saw hundreds of people line up and pay money to get an autograph from the Honky Tonk Man in 2010.
Well, getting an autograph is something different. I'm saying like moving around.
They paid to watch him wrestle too. Like I don't
no, they didn't. They're just fucking stupid on that. By the way,
that motherfucker had a beer belly as long as I am tall, man.
Yeah. I bet.
Damn.
By the way,
you were there. That one, I think. I don't remember.
No, I haven't seen Honky Tonk. No. I didn't go to
the
that
Turner.
one.
He was at the Turner. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't at that one. I wanted to go to, but no.
Did you make the Demolition one?
No, because they wrestled the Regal Twins, and I wanted to see it. Yeah. I should have saw them. They're so fun. I should have seen them, not watched them wrestle.
We're in better shape than the Honky Tonk. and like you've seen that.
Yeah. And Axe is old as shit too. But what I was gonna say is also speaking in news that wasn't in front of our TV, although I think actually it was. The Jericho Cruise was announced, and did you see 2 of the people that will be participating this year?
No.
Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods or Austin Creed.
Oh, right.
So they're going to be a part of the cruise this year. So
is Kofi Kingston his name? Does he get to bring that with him?
I think he's just calling himself Kofi. Kind of like how Cody Rhodes was just saying Cody, right?
Kofi's a name. They can't really trademark that.
So I think that's what they're doing, but I don't know. But I think Xavier Woods is just going to go Austin Creed because he's done that for so long. So
and that's his name on the gaming.
Everything, the social media, all that stuff. Yeah. So,
they're coming.
Hold on,
they're showing up, right?
Oh yeah. Let me see here. I want to make sure. Tim. No, Tim, don't, because it's not there yet. Next up, we get a women's match. It's Chris Statlander versus Via Van. But it's not the co-main event. The next one is. But Statlander dog walks Via Van. She looks great. She's awesome. She's cool. As mentioned, Foley comes out, gets distracted by his daughter, gets distracted by the t-shirt he's wearing, and then happens to be like, oh yeah, I guess I'll talk to Chris Statlander.
Wants to do some work here.
Yeah. And they announce a 4-way match for, I believe, next week for the TNT Championship.
Yep.
It's going to be Persephone, Sheeta, Statlander, and the world champion, and the TBS champion, Maya World.
This is going to be some hard-hitting stuff here. 3 of those names I know at least. They bring it. They swing hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that leads right into the next match, because here comes Hikaru Shida and Persephone.
Yep.
They kind of surround Statlander, and she's like, bitch, I'll fucking fight you guys again. That was easy work. I'm ready to go now, right? But then Thunder Rosa comes out in Maya World.
Yeah. Again, why do we interject a 5th person into this thing that we're doing on the,
Thunder
you know what I mean?
Rosa.
I know she's there, and so let's, I guess, get her out there, but we just said these 4 people are going to be in a match. There's the 4th person, but let's also bring in a random 5th person who's not going to be in that match.
I don't like it.
And then why are 2 of the ones that are going to be in the match working together? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they are probably booking fast, right? If you didn't have time to get ahead of the booking, and now each week, all right, show's over. Fuck, we got to come up with the next one. I feel like this is what starts happening, right? You're like, yeah, that sounds great. And you don't get the overview look of it all.
I'm not here to speculate, but I will from time to time. Kind of feels like, Tim, it is, as of recording, August 13th. Yep. We're less than a month away from week 1 of the NFL season. And there's an NFL team associated with AEW that the owner works for. Are we getting a little bit of
head booker is
head booker has to do some scouting on the second team.
Figure out what do you guys want to do? Yeah, that sounds great. Do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to figure out if this defensive tackle is going to make the team. Maybe we're doing a little of that. Yep. Again, just speculation. Not saying that that's actually happening.
Stuff with Scott Steiner's kid.
6-game suspension, right?
But they said, and I think they basically were like, they didn't say why. They won't say what happened. And it's going to be past cut day. And so they're like, he's fucking, he's going to be done.
WWE diet.
It had to be the WWE diet. And here's the thing. A guy like that knows, well, I can just go do the
Braun Breaker.
WWE. Yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll run back to Steiner's.
Hey, look. Fuck Megamania.
Yep.
But I might have to watch that. I have to watch that. I might have to watch that.
Bro, if they went the full, give one of these motherfuckers a mullet and let's get them in the singlets and let's get some
tie-dye. Yeah.
Get them running around the ring barking and shit. It would.
Yeah, you get Braun Breaker with the headgear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Barking.
Mm-hmm.
Bite me. He can even bite me. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't want to like it, but goddamn it, I might. Fuck, Braun Breaker, just ask for your release. I've read posts that he hates it there, so just leave and then do the Steiners over. Yeah, apparently he's not liking. I don't know.
Well, listen, if he's anything like the Steiners, he probably also doesn't like being told, "Got to be here, got to do that, can't say this, got to read the script, got to." They're probably like, "Fuck you, man."
Well, and you know, his dad and uncle are 2 of the most famous outside of WWE wrestlers that there is. 2 100%. Of. Obviously, they're staying in dust. So 100%. They're also like, hey, you can make money in Japan. You can make some. Anyhow, we're speculating all that. Going back to this next week. Here's my question to you. So in the tag team match, Maya World, Thunder Rosa defeat Hikaru Shida, Persephone. Doesn't that feel like Maya World's going to lose the title? Doesn't feel like, hey, here's your victory this week. I feel like she's going to lose the
title just because I don't like. If the focus was going to be on Maya World and her title run, we probably would have had something about her this week other than also.
It feels like, I don't know how you are seeing this, but the way I'm seeing it, doesn't it feel like this is Persephone's time? This is Persephone's belt.
And maybe that goes back to where we heard that maybe she's going to this, and maybe they're like, no, look, we'll give you titles over here.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it because we've seen Stat Daddy get down in the get down. If we did a hardcore match at All In, Persephone Statlander for the TBS Championship, wouldn't hate it.
Feels like a veteran rugby player. You know what I mean? Like a veteran women's rugby player, right? She just feels like she's just ready to just go out there and fight, but in a way that's like all like blocking tackles, right? She's not out there to punch. She's out there to like shoulder tackle and shit, you know?
I can't think of her name anymore, but there was an Australian.
She's like the female wrestling version of Mike Allstott, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there is this one girl that I love watching her highlights. One of them fucking gets me like chills, and I start like, I want to fuck someone up. And she's an Australian
through some brick walls, man.
Rugby player. And there's this one where she's just running and she's looking for girls, and girls are like, fuck.
Oh,
and
I
like,
remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. She's like, fuck. And she's like, yeah, bitch.
She's fucking stiff arming. And she's
like,
running to the hit.
5 yards that way, and it doesn't been fine. I want the contact.
I came out here to hit. Yeah.
I want the violence.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, Tim, I'll never forget it. The guy's nickname was Buddha. I don't know why, because he was a senior and I was a freshman. Samoan guy. He kind of looked like Blanca from Street Fighter. Remember the green? Like he had the hair. I mean, he obviously wasn't green, but like besides that, that's what he was.
Yeah. That's their body shape when they're fit. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they would do varsity versus scout defense, which as a freshman, I'm on scout defense. And again, if you think about it, take a second, he's 17. I'm 14.
And he's like Samoan.
And he's fucking big.
Well, he's scouting. Yeah, he's just scouting.
Oh, but he would terrorize us. He would do that. He would look for all of us. And we're like, we don't want to hit you.
It's like when Mike Tyson is sparring, right? It's like,
you know what I mean? Motherfucker. Yeah.
When he's in a mood, you're just fucked.
God. Oh, yeah. And then we would do the shuffle drill. You would put 3 pads, right? One here, one here, one here. So there's 4 lanes here, 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 right? And you would run sideways. So I would run like this, and then you would be defense, and you'd be shading, right?
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then the coach would say, like 2. So I'd have to go to the second hole. So I would go face you and then run, and you would run towards me.
Try to light you up.
He'd fuck me up. It's like he looked for me. It's like he was like, move, I got to get with this one. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah. I worked with a guy who played high school ball, and he ended up having to go up against Mark Simoneau in one game. And he was like, I was running back. And he's like, let me tell you, the NFL boys are different, man. He's like, I still feel like I can't feel half my fucking body. No shit.
Yeah, Buddha went to go play professional rugby in Europe. But yeah, that was 2 weeks before school even started. I thought high school was always going to be this way. I was like, I want to drop out, put me on a farm.
Never fun playing again. Yeah.
I don't want to be with any of these kids. Y'all
suck baseball these days.
Yeah, even that. I was like, no. I was like, I don't. They're all bad people here. Yeah, they were all bad people, but I like them. Anyhow, all right. So yeah, Persephone feels like where we're going to go with this, but we shall see. Maybe it's Statlander, but Statlander feels like the challenger.
Maya World wins, and we kind of continue, right? They can always do that.
Yeah, maybe. Then again, we get Darby Allin's announcement. He's going to go hardcore on Kevin Knight's ass
as
in
if he
Wembley.
In every other, he's like, well, then I'm going to do this. I was like, it's every, yeah. I know you're going to jump off some shit. You're going to,
Someone should do that to Darby. Go, hey, I'm challenging you to a chain wrestling match. It is only traditional. I'll start in the down position.
Yeah.
You have we're fucking wrestling.
Moxley.
And then he could show it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moxley's like, you want me to drown you again, but I'm not. We're going to fucking really wrestle like men do,
We're going to trade holds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Tim, we get kind of a screwball, curveball, changeup, whatever you want to call it, whatever pitch you like here. Not a speedball, not a speedball. But Renee is talking to the Protostar, Kyle Fletcher,
Ooh, yeah.
and Don Callis. And Don Callis is like, hey, everyone, great fucking news. I got a match for us at All In. Kyle Fletcher's like, well, what the fuck is that? And he goes, well, you got a rematch with Takeshita, which whatever. But then you got a rematch, or you got a match with someone who's a former international champion, also in the Don Callis family, Okada. And Okada walks up.
Right.
And
because it's going to be a triple threat is what we said here.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kyle Fletcher's like, wait a minute, a triple threat with me, Takeshita, and Okada. How does this benefit me, you fucking idiot?
Right.
And he's like, and Okada goes, the belt will stay in the family. And then Don Callis is like, that's right.
Here's the math, right? So, yeah, Kyle Fletcher's like, again, not to do the Scott Sanders numbers, but like I had a 50% chance. Now I got a 33% chance. But in Don Callis family, had a 50% chance. Now we have a 66% chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eh?
Isn't that great?
Kyle Fletcher's like, but fuck you. You know what I mean? You stole that percentage from me.
Yeah. But he didn't care about that. He just wants to make sure it stays with us. And Okada even said so. He was like, I just want to make sure that the belt stays in the family.
True. He's just all on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Totally innocent.
Feels like the match is going to be awesome.
Yes.
It also feels like Takeshita is forgotten, right?
It does. But are we just slowly breaking apart the Don Callis family then too? Because we thought maybe that was the catalyst, was the Takeshita thing, but like,
yeah, I hope so. I hope this is the unraveling. Remember, if you go back to Trent not getting picked to be on Team MJF or whatever it is, he can get upset. Like, yeah. And again, if some of these guys need to be in teams, right? Like Doyle and Brian Cage need a talking piece, right? The guy that can pick up the pieces, our friend Stokely, right? Stokely's not doing anything. FTR might not ever come back. Apparently they're fucking, fishing and shooting their fucking turkeys or whatever the fuck they do.
Their family
so if you get Stokely just kind of moving around, wouldn't hate that.
Wouldn't hate it.
Yep. All right. And then we get to our main event. And this match was a great time. Hard to talk about, though. But a hard, like, Jon Moxley beats Jungle Jack Perry.
And just,
And that's the show. Again, the match was fun. Jack is already bleeding. Moxley's torturing him because that's what Moxley does. Some, resiliency from Jack Perry, but it ends in failure because it's a rear naked choke. He's out.
And it's Jon Moxley.
And it's Jon Moxley. It never sucks to lose a Jon Moxley because he's really, really good, right?
Yeah.
But then it ends with like a handshake.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking episode.
Yeah. Man, the Moxley character is weird now that he's gone from the like, we're going to, murder everything in our path to make AEW the way we want it, to this thing. He's like, it's starting to feel the way we want it. And now he's like congratulating folks and handshaking them. It's a weird gray area, Like, I don't know.
Well, I like it in the sense that he's a man of conviction, right? He sees it this way. So if you pass the test of his way of wrestling,
good on you.
You earn that handshake.
Right. But did Perry? Oh, he got his ass kicked.
Yeah. The thing that's
took his ass kicking really well and didn't make it too weird. Yeah.
But the thing that's interesting, and I think a part that we can explore with the Death Riders, is the other guys don't necessarily pass that test, right? We get Garcia and Yuta going back to like kind of heelish bullshit stuff to either win a match or they just outright lose.
Right.
And so you got some weak links.
Not punishing
Moxley.
them. He's not, giving them the runaround like they did when Yuta started.
Right. And so I think, again, the Death Riders is a cool name. Visually, they just stand there. They look cool. Their entrance is still cool. I like the fucking one that they did last night.
They should go back to the olive pants.
I just want to see Jon Moxley look inward, right? He keeps looking outward to AEW. Will Ospreay could be this if he only did that and this and this. And it's like your own home.
For that.
Your own home. I think it's just a losing streak. Garcia or Yuta loses 3 or 4 in a row. And you get Marina Shafir, and she just goes, "Hey Moxley, we're supposed to be the like standard here, and these guys fucking suck."
Just lost to the Lethal Twist.
Yeah,
What the fuck is that?
honestly, yeah. And then just be like, you know what? Maybe you're right. And then
the
we
lethal
get
what? She's like twist one's, and they'll be like, get them in here. Get them in here now.
Because I mean, hey, look, we loved it when Moxley was putting Yuta through the "Can you make the Blackpool Combat Club?" If he does a re-initiation of Garcia and Yuta, and then you can play on the Claudio and Pac, where do they stand on this, right? Maybe one is like, guys, we are fucking
Pac's like, of
really
course. Pac's the loyal, like, yeah. But Claudio he's the brainy guy. He's like, wait, is this the right path? Yeah.
If they lose, who's gonna fucking run around in a circle with me?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
what are we doing?
Who's gonna sit on my back when I do push-ups?
Yeah, like, I think that's an interesting story.
Scrub my back in the shower. Never mind.
Because I think the payoff long term, I feel, and maybe I'm wrong here, but long term, I feel like the payoff is Moxley and Claudio have a disagreement on the vision, and that's what ends the entire thing, right?
Correct. That would be the best way, I think, to get out of there now, absent of something else happening between, what I mean? But yes, I think, and it would make it all mean something for Claudio in the end, because has it all meant anything for Claudio? I forget Claudio exists until...
Yeah, well, because he's the muscle, right? Because he'll do the cool thing where he throws Darby fucking, into the sixth row and stuff like that. But yeah, Claudio benefiting from the death of the Death Riders, I think should be the payoff now. And I think it's him doing I joined the Blackpool Combat Club, right? That could be what he could essentially say is, there was an old man here who had a vision of what this should have been. And I followed you into what we thought is, but he was actually right, not you.
Because Claudio is the guy he's got the athleticism, the build, and the genetics where he can be doing this into his 70s if he wants.
Well,
so and also you can get a long, decent run out of Claudio if you do the right thing. Now, if he's got the charisma to hold it, you know what I mean? I don't know.
But here's the thing is another part of this, again, fantasy feud that we just made up is Claudio beat John Moxley. Remember in the Continental Classic, they went one-on-one. Claudio straight up beat him. And that's where it goes into like, my way is actually better.
To you in the first place, because I realized I beat you. And I'm training you. And you're learning from me. The other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, the Death Riders, John Moxley, the Continental Cup is still cool. So, all right, hold on. Let's go into
ways to infuse tournaments. We've always said are good as long as you're not you're not overdoing it. But.
All right, so who has advanced? We've got
Moxley, Jay White,
Eddie Kingston, Jay White, Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
Who is? God dang, do they have a fucking?
I don't know if they do. I haven't seen that like a standings
like
or
a
leader
match
board
graphic or something. Yeah.
All
right, but who are you looking? Off the top of your head. No, he's fucking not. You know who's gonna win it.
Who?
You know who's gonna win it.
No. What?
You know who's gonna win it.
Is it Jay White?
No. It's the motherfucking king of this shit. It's Eddie fucking
He's
Kingston.
Not gonna win this. So you want him to win this?
Yes, sir. Both can be true. He will, and I want it.
you want it, and he won't.
Yeah.
He's gonna win
it. He's gonna win it.
Hey, you got to believe to achieve. You know what I mean? You got to believe to achieve, and I believe, Tom, it might be time for us to hop in the time machine and go back in time.
I like it.
You talked about Sting and Darby earlier, right?
Love Sting.
Good, because we're going back 5 years to August 18th, 2021, where AEW Dynamite was live from the Fertitta Center in Houston, Texas, your favorite place. This was a historic night because the icon Sting was wrestling in his first match on the TNT network in exactly 20 years. He teamed up with Darby Allin in a chaotic Texas Tornado tag match. Late in the match, their opponents managed to hoist the 62-year-old Hall of Famer up and powerbomb him straight through a table. To the absolute shock of the crowd, Sting immediately popped back up to his feet, showing off the damage completely. Who was the tag team, Tom, that made the fatal mistake of putting Sting through that table?
Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Wrong. Got another guess? You want to try one more?
Yes. Yes, I do. The other guess.
I ranked this one mid to hard because I was like, Tom might not remember this.
I thought it was Scorpio Sky.
You thought that.
Is it Brian Cage and Ricky Starks?
It was 2.0, at the time being called Matt Lee and Jeff Parker, who would later be known as Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange.
That was their first match?
That was Sting and Darby's. That was Sting's first match on TNT.
Right, yeah. Exactly, because the pay-per-view, yeah. Wow.
Oh, 2.0.
Totally.
Forgot kind of that was, because we remember Daddy Magic a little more than I think than Cool Hand Ange. He had that one thing at the end there when he, had the kid with Ruby Riott, right? And that's cool.
Yeah, because they own a coffee shop somewhere. Yeah. So, that's what they're doing.
But, 2.0.
So here's the breakdown of the Continental Cup. I found a graphic. So we got John Moxley.
Yep.
We got Orange Cassidy. We got Jay White.
Yep.
We got Eddie Kingston.
Yep.
But here we go. We still have some people that need to wrestle because
we need 4 more. Well, no, because we've had some round of 8s, right? Or no?
But we haven't had Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, or have we?
Right. No, not that I'm aware of. That's the thing is they haven't they didn't do the graphics work for this one, right? Like that they do with the other ones where you got all the standings, you got all the...
Okay, so we've got 3 more matches in the first round to do on Collision this Saturday. So we've got, we'll just do a quick, let's just say, hey, let's do some quick predictions here. Okay, no shirt on the line, right? No shirt on the line.
Yep.
But on Saturday, we've got Brian Cage versus Hechicero. Who wins that?
I'm going to say Brian Cage right now. I feel like they're trying to I would normally say Hechicero, but I just feel like
I'm saying Hechicero.
He's on TV. He's on, what I mean? He's been, I think that's why I think they're just going to be give it to Brian Cage.
I think it's going to be Hechicero.
But you're right. I think, that's what I'm saying. I think 9 times out of 10 it'll be Hechicero. I think at this juncture of the universe time, I think they're going to go Brian Cage.
I mean, they definitely could. Then we get Shibata versus Nigel McGuinness.
Shibata. Nigel McGuinness puts up a nice fight.
Yeah,
but
definitely. And he's been doing that, so yeah. And then the nerds collide. Best friends fight. Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
Can they both
lose? Got in that?
I'm sorry. I mean,
Kyle O'Reilly, though, right?
It's Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's Kyle.
So then, hypothetically, we would have Shibata, Kyle O'Reilly, Brian Cage, Jay White, John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, Claudio.
Yeah. Moxley or Claudio. Could see Claudio winning it, and then we have this.
Now that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I want. This is the thing. If tournaments have gone away, or the tournament brackets have gone away, let's have some fucking fun, Tony. You know what I want to see? Just because it's never been done, I don't think. Orange Cassidy versus Eddie Kingston. What the fuck does that match look like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we could get that out of the blind draw here, right?
That's what I'm saying. What I don't want is it's Eddie Kingston versus Brian Cage. It's John Moxley versus Jay White. Again, John Moxley, Jay White would be fun, but those are just fucking let's get bonkers here. You know what I mean?
Let's get bonkers. You should get bonkers with us each and every week. Hit us up, email us, aewrapup@gmail.com. Not next week, because we said each and every week, but not next week. But after that, we'll be back. Check us out, alleatwrapup.com. Again, signing up is free. We're not selling your data. We're not using it. I'm just sending you an email telling you when we're going live, and you'll know. And you can, hang it on the website. You can click all the links, find all the podcast links and all that jazz, and you can donate if you feel so inclined.
Hell
Other
yeah.
than that,
I will see you next week, dumbass.